Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I really want to show you how I make my zucchini fries because they are so good. We love them, and I made them low carb, kind of not on purpose, but they are just incredible. So if you are eating low carb and you don't want to use breading, you gotta make these because they are crispy. In fact, when I made them the first time, I made two versions. I made this version and I made just a classic version. By the way, I bake mine, not fry. And Joe was like, he didn't know which was which. And he was like, that one's better because that one's crispier and it stays together a lot longer, a lot better. And it was the one with this mixture, which of course is going to be using ground almonds, which I use a lot. And I encourage you to do too because ground almonds are just, they're flavorless, but they give you such lovely crispiness. They're so delicious. I use it as breading in a lot of stuff. So this mixture is perfection. You will need ground almonds. These are blanched almonds that have been ground, but you can use regular ground almonds with the skins on and it works just as well. Then I've got a mixture of pizza seasoning. I've got a lot of garlic, a lot of granulated garlic, oregano, basil, onion, and I also have some hot pepper flakes. It's magical and you just gotta use it in this. Lots of freshly grated parm, a couple of eggs, a little bit of olive oil, salt, and you're gonna need your zucchini, which also gonna show you how to make the most fabulous dipping sauce with these that just throw these completely over the top. All right. My oven's preheated to 425. That's out of the way. Then I have a baking sheet that I just lined with some aluminum foil, easy cleanup. And I take a little olive oil, you don't need much, and I just drizzle some at the bottom, just like that. I just want to have everything kind of ready, okay? So now I'm going to just whisk together my topping. I'm going to add a little pinch of salt to my ground almonds, right? Freshly grated parm. Now, if you are using already pre-shredded parm, it's a lot denser. See how light this is? So I can use a good 3 or 4 tablespoons, but if you're using pre-grated, you're only gonna wanna use about 2 tablespoons here. But if you're gonna be using fresh, a good 3 to 4 tablespoons is what you want because it's not as compacted. So I'm just gonna grate this and then I'm gonna stir it all together with my fork. I also added a pinch of salt to my eggs, whisk them, and they're good to go. Now let's talk zucchini. When it comes to zucchini, the smaller the better. If your zucchini is really thick, like it's really, big, fat, large, it's got a higher water content, which means it's gonna make your zucchini fries soggy because there's a lot of water in them. So when it comes to zucchini, try to look for one that's a little bit on the smaller side so that there's not as much water content and it helps keep them, keep their shape. I just cut the top off, cut the base a little bit, cut them in half. And you want to make sure you don't cut them too big because, like I said, they will get soggy. So this is about what you're looking for. I would say maybe 1/2 inch all around. So I'm going to continue to do that to all of them. And then we'll get going on dipping and dredging and all that. Once you have them all cut up, just keep one hand for wet, one hand for dry. And I just dip into the egg, which, by the way, if you want to use egg white, that works as well. Doesn't really matter. And then I just kind of lightly, you don't want to overdo it, like that. And then I just place them on my oiled baking sheet, just like that. And it's going to keep going with the rest of them. Once you have them all laid out, you just take your olive oil again. You don't want to add too much. You don't want these to swim in oil. You just want to add, that's why I like this little spout on top because it just helps me add right amount. About, I would say, a tablespoon for the bottom and the top will do. Into a hot oven at 425 for 20 minutes, which you will, if halfway through, flip them so that they get really nice and crispy and delicious. And then I will show you what they look like when they're done and make our special sauce. All right, so my zucchini fries were in the oven for 25 minutes. It could take a little longer than 20 minutes. Just keep your eye on it. You want them to be really beautiful golden brown. I mean, these just look fantastic. They hold together really well, and you have to keep in mind you're not using breading, you're not using breadcrumbs, you're not frying them, so they're not going to be as thick of, they're not going to have as thick of a coating on them if you're not going to fry them. But honestly, I mean, look how good these hold up. They're so delicious. I already ate 2. Don't judge me, but they are incredible. And then when they come out, they're going to be quite soft. So you want to put them on a cooling rack to let them finish cooling completely. And that's what gets them to the next level by keeping them in a really good shape and, keeping them together. The sauce is applesauce. It's not. I'm kidding. The sauce is so good. You can serve these with mayo. You can serve these with ketchup. You can serve these with marinara sauce. But this is what it's all about. Mayo, little ketchup, prepared horseradish, garlic, squeeze of lemon, pinch of salt. That's it. Stir it all together and it makes the most incredible sauce ever. You're gonna wanna serve it on anything and everything. And I'm telling you, it gets better and better as it sits in the fridge. So if you wanna make this ahead of time, please do. But for now, I just need my zucchini fry to sauce to mouth. Honestly, no words. They're so good. Lovely texture, incredible flavor. I'm going back in. Unbelievable. LauraInTheKitchen.com recipe. You got it. Make it. You'll love it. I promise. See you next time. Bye.